And I mean, it really is for full-size or model enthusiasts a splendid day of involvement down here. So we're after 3 buzzards, 3 horns, 1300. We had the priority in the air with the microlights until now, but come 1300 they've been holding off, and sure enough, the one thing you can find about aircraft pilots, they're all punctual. And here they are, 1300 on the...
Lying on its side in the sky, and the eyeballs plop back into their sockets and pull one on, flick rolls. Very tough-looking Russian aerobatic biplanes. Plane a top speed of about 420 miles an hour, but head on now, going up, the Corsair. Changing direction into a cloverleaf maneuver, and the airplane being flown by Air Commodore John Allison. Now the Corsair is looking at French Navy markings, blue with those yellow stripes. It's owned by a Lincolnshire farmer, Lindsay Walton, who has quite a fleet of aeroplanes. But here, John Allison flying this aeroplane with great elan and enjoyment in the sunshine. And it's no lightweight, it weighs nearly 2.5 tons. And full of aircraft carriers flown by the United States Navy and Marine Corps during the war. And also by the Royal Navy and the Royal New Zealand Air Force on life. All about it. This is quite a pearl. It was designed way back in 1933 by William Messerschmitt. Very advanced all-metal construction, a retractable landing gear. Venom. Flying around the inside, disappearing near the Havilland Venom. 4 other parachutes as well, very difficult to see though. Certainly you can see Roy with the smoke, the green smoke coming down. The other 4 now have just got out. As you can see, the problem with coming out together is you need to split up before you can pull your parachute. You can see them now tracking away from each other before they open the chute. Roy we came yesterday and Roy missed the cross by about 50 metres, so we're hoping this time, Roy, for better than that. In fact, we're looking for a dead centre. And here we come now. You can see the steering top as he's pulling down. They also act as brakes, and you'll see the 2 now pulling down, and there he goes for a tiptoe square canopy, as you can see. So there he is, look, having a great time up there. The other 2, well, you're very reliant on the top guy, that's Martin. Martin's a parachute instructor, and you're very reliant on the top guy that's getting you in. The bottom guy doesn't do anything at all. So here comes Simon now. Simon comes in to land. Nice and gently. That's Simon down. Okay, the other 2 then. And here they come now. They're going to attempt to land this. Very, very difficult. So they'll stay linked together, pedaling away. Come on, you can make it. Martin and Martin. And that's it, all 5 down. Okay then. Well, just down at the bottom of the slip, you can see Bill Holdings, IT 30 Antor, followed by an Austin Champ, and then a Scamble Explorer. And just passing the commentary point now, another one of Mr. Holdings' vehicles, the Weston medium recovery vehicle, which is towing a recovery trailer, and on that you'll see a ferried scout car. We drove it all the way back, no problem at all. There's John Clee just passing now in the Mack NM6, this gigantic petrol engine truck, four-wheel drive. 7.5 litre diesel engine, AEC diesel engine. There you can see the two boxes under that elliptical wing shape of the Spitfire, designed of course by Reginald Mitchell, and which with the Hawker Hurricane. And you can see there that you can see the white or silver bone dome, the helmet which Paul Day is wearing. Of course, during the Second World War, bone domes hadn't been invented and they wore the leather flying helmet and oxygen mask. Also, this aeroplane is painted blue, true blue, photographic reconnaissance unit blue. At high altitude, it merged in with the blue sky and made them difficult to track. But here at low level, the Spitfire. This is an all-metal aeroplane, and as I said, having had a very checkered career standing outside the gates of at least 2 Royal Air Force stations, subject to the attack by the weather and friendly or unfriendly birds, who can be very corrosive or have a corrosive effect on aeroplanes. This aircraft was taken by British Aerospace to their Wharton factory near Preston, where it was put into this pristine condition. At the margin here this afternoon, flying the photographic reconnaissance Spitfire 19. And eyeball to eyeball with the Spitfire 19. The 19 had a pressurised cockpit. It could climb up to nearly 50,000 feet. And once again, moving in from your right, a fast flyby. Rolling into the Spitfire. And as I say, it was a lot of apprentices and other skilled tradesmen at British Aerospace who worked on. That was the Spitfire's last pass. I think it may very well have been. No, there he is, right to our right. The fairy flycatcher. This is a very faithful reproduction of the original. It's built in mainly wood and fabric, but with some steel tube in the fuselage and metal panels around the front part of the fuselage. And going up in a loop. Now, correction, it's sort of a store turn, nearly a wing over. John Ferry said that loops were a bit difficult in this aeroplane, but I was hoping that he would prove us wrong. 194 of these flycatchers built. The first one flying some 67 years ago in 1922, and it saw service with the Fleet Air Arm, or the Royal Naval Air Service, between 1923 and 1934. Hopefully they didn't shoot their own prop off. But now here's the flycatcher replica. Weighs about 1¼ tons and a top speed of 134 miles an hour, just as the original aeroplane did. And this replica is and in the all-scarlet markings of the renowned Red Baron, Baron von Richthofen. Another machine gun mounted on top of the fuselage, and it's carrying that hexagon shape, that white hexagon shape, which was the markings of 85 Squadron. The SE-5 built at the RAF, which in those days stood for the Royal Air Corps Replica, one of his designs, the SE-5. And the SE-5 into the air without a Fokker triplane spotting him. And then going up in a big barrel roll, flying around the inside of that imaginary barrel in the sky. I think he's just gone out of the bunghole. Robin Bowes in the Fokker triplane replica. Now Robin is a joint owner with Pat Shepherd and keeps this aeroplane at Dunkerswell Airfield in Somerset, garaging it, if that's the right word, at the Royal Naval Air Station at Yeovil during the winter months, where it becomes part of the exhibition there. But here today, the Flying Venetian Blind, the Fokker triplane. Robin says that when he first flew it was very difficult because he had great difficulty in seeing forward. But now, of course, after so many hours, some 300 or 400 hours on this aeroplane, he is very experienced and probably the most experienced triplane pilot in the world ever. An unusual feature is that the aeroplane had no fixed fin, just a movable rudder. It does tend to skid about in the sky. That's why the aeroplane sometimes points in a direction where it isn't flying, if you follow me. Looking in one direction, flying in another. And Robin said that was obviously very good for dodging SE-5 bullets. When the triplane first went into service, they lost quite a number of them through the wings coming off. But my goodness, there was a quick wing over, just a smart 180-degree change in direction. It's a time, but it was never really sure who eventually killed him, whether it was a private soldier of the Australian Army Corps who shot at him with a rifle from the trenches, or whether it was a Lieutenant Brown of the Royal Flying Corps. Both claimed the victory, but whoever it was, Richthofen met his end, ultimately, of course, in a scarlet triplane. He had more than one triplane, because a number of Royal Flying Corps pilots hit him with their machine gun fire, but not until that final flight was he eventually down. But here's Robin Bowes in the Fokker triplane replica. SE-5 getting onto the tail of the triplane, and we should hear some machine gun fire. And round they go. The Red Baron desperately trying to keep out of the gun sights of the SE-5, and the Royal Flying Corps pilot desperately trying to get his guns to bear. And now they change direction. And of course, the aircraft, hello, we've got a hit. And the Fokker there, being hit in the engine. Just another burst. And the Red Baron, yet again. We come to something completely different, the newest, and pulling up in yet another half loop. No, he completes it. They're rolling to the inverted and 1.5 rolls back. Going backwards, appearing out of that cloud of smoke, the nose dropping forward. Coming in very low.
Yes, German, easy.
Designed in 1935 by Reinhold Muse, the Fokker Storch. Storch is German for stork, and you can see why when it takes off. Those long legs.
What's this?
For ambulance work, for casualty evacuation, for communications work, for cable laying, and while it wasn't gaining a few more hours for his Nimrod logbook. So far, Robin Bowes hasn't fixed a hook and arrested a hook to the aeroplane. He said it's a little bit too draggy, but possibly with a little more experience, they'll be able to add that final touch. Peter Lee on a flash too. There we have Nick Minion in a chaser, followed by Richard Meredith Hardy in a chaser 4-stroke. High altitude. It first flew in 1954 as the hunting jet provost, but the hunting company was swallowed up into the British Aircraft Corporation and then British Aerospace. Of about 420 miles an hour, and it weighs 3.